Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and I've got a birthday cheers. So I've got some glasses chinking together for happy birthday cheers. So what I've got here is I'm going to show you how to make this card without the artwork, etc. But also, as always, the artwork, if I've designed it, is available to buy in my Etsy or Ko-fi shop, and links are in the description. But I'm going to show you how to make the mechanism and everything inside. So, you know, there's a lot of things that you could do with this. And now it does have to be a 10th fold for these glasses to chink together like that, and they do overlap because fully extended they will be really overlapped, but a lot of people won't open the card fully, so you want to definitely get that look to it. So if you do buy the Etsy download or the Ko-fi download, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get instructions, you're going to get happy beer day to you artwork for the front, but you're also going to get somewhere where you can add your own text. And the same for the inside. Got cheers to birthday beers or a blank one. Got the mechanism strip, 2 glasses with the little triangles, and it's important that you cut them in the design, but I'll show you that anyway. And then we've got this, which is the base card. So this is going to be cut onto card, or obviously if you're going to make your own card and you're not buying this printout, then you're going to need a 7x5 card blank. So it's a 7x5 card blank when it's cut out. So these lines here, these score lines on the artwork, they're there for a guide so that you can just put a score line all the way across. So put your scoring tool, whatever you're using, a ball pen or a scoring blade or whatever you use, and you can see it crosses through that little section in the middle, and you're just going to make a score all the way across. And then you're going to cut around the dark area, so just all around here, and fold it in half. So I've done that already because you don't want to watch me cutting out. I'm going to do some cutting out, don't worry. So that's what you've got when it's all cut out. So you've just got that base card, and then your the design goes on the front. This goes onto the front. So that is the top, but I always do it at the end because you're going to be doing some rubbing down with the glue. You might have dirty fingers, you might make a mark, and then that front piece will cover it all up. So the first thing you're going to do is, well, that was the first thing, wasn't it, Sarah? So the second thing you're going to do is the mechanism. So if you're making your own, it's 1 inch by 6. Okay, so what you need to do is score it at 1, 3 and 4. Obviously you've got the lines on here, so you don't need to know those measurements if you're buying the artwork. So 1, 3, 4, and then you're just going to mark it here. So if I get a ruler, the dinky old ruler, come here dinky old ruler. So you can see we've got 1, 3 and 4, and then at the top you're just going to mark it at 2.5 there and 3.5 there, and the same on the bottom, and then you're going to do cross lines there. Now these are mountain, mountain and mountain. It does mountain and mountain, and then the crossways are mountain, and this middle one here is a valley fold, which means it comes up like that. Mountain means it goes down like that. Now it does show you on the instructions what to do with that. So let's make those scores now. So again, we're just going to line up our ruler over there. I think I'll use this end actually. It's a little bit bent, that's the only thing, but we will go with it. So if you put your ball tool down first, and then you can see where the ruler needs to go so it's on the line, make a score. Same for this one, make a score. Now the reason I'm going to do this in an order of allowing dry time. Now those that watch my channel know that I'm pretty rubbish at waiting things for it to dry. Now it's really important on this card that you let the glue dry before you open and close, because it will, if it doesn't glue, it could rip apart, break the mechanism, etc, etc. And I'm using a coated inkjet card, photo card, so it does have a tendency to pull off like the top layer because it's a print layer. So then, like I say, we're going to do a mountain fold and a mountain fold, and then a valley fold through the cross, and make sure they're all like level, which they're not. So squash it between your fingers to get it to be, when you put it in half, when you fold it in half, and then reinforce that score line, and now it's together more, and then go that way on this, and then the other way. And you can see, because of this type of card, can you see it's breaking up a little bit? So you don't have to use the printout. Like I say, you can do whatever you like and your card will be different. So you've got all these bendy bits in it, but the only thing you're interested in doing right now is pushing those two in. You can see the crosses becoming more and more prominent. So you're just pushing those two sides in where the valley was only. And then squash it all together, give it another little score down, like a reinforcement if you like. And then what you'll see is you've got a beige area and a white area, and obviously if you're doing your own, you've got a longer bit on and a shorter bit this end. So the longer bit is going to go here. So on the template, if you bought the template, it goes at the back because you've got a faint line which will be covered up. So what you do is you fold it all down to that shape, and then you pop it into the card like that. Making sure, see that little bit there, that's probably my cutting. Oh no, it might be just folding. So just make sure it's dead straight. And you've got to allow for that fold to come up as well. So don't put it right on that score line, just back a little tiny bit. So you can either put the glue on there or on this. On the instructions I'll tell you to put it on this bit. I mean, especially if your cutting's out, you don't want it to be sticking the card together. So I'd probably pardon the pun. And then just take your baby finger tool and just spread it all out. And it's going to get opened and closed a lot. So we're just going to pop that down like so within those lines. Now, if you're making your own mechanism, then what you need to do is measure where halfway on the card is. So you know it's a 7, so it's going to be 3.5. So it's 3 and 4, make a mark, and that's where it's going to sit on the top where the beer bottles are, up there. So then fold it back down again, so you can see that bit there didn't get glued, but this back piece did. You just need to really make sure that is glued down. Then the next bit is to pop some glue onto this bottom section, like so. And then close the card to it. So we're just going to make sure that it's only on that little square. If there's any excess, wipe it off, you know, and don't close the card if you've got bits of glue anywhere. And you can fold the card up to it and hold that in place. Now you can see, I'm not going to pull it because it could pull it apart, but you can see that that is now in place. So we're just going to leave it alone and let it take. Look at my heavy sellotape. Boof. Stick that on there. Let it dry out. Let it dry. While it's drying, do some cutting. So we've got, if you're doing die cuts or stamps or whatever you're doing, then just get them ready now while that's drying and allow it to dry. So little tip with your beer glasses, if you've bought this artwork, is to cut out inside the handle first, because if you do the outside, then this becomes really flimsy and difficult. So always leave some area around it and then go ahead and cut this out. So just get your craft knife, make sure you've got a mat underneath or a glass mat, whatever. And then just move the card, not so much your hand. So just keep moving the card around. Keeping the knife in to the cut that you've previously made will give it a much nicer, smoother finish. If you keep pulling the knife out and going back in, then it will be more of a jagged. Pick up that bit, come on. And then just go in there, like so. Come around that little section. I've made it as easy as I could. And then just go straight down the side of the glass like that. And if it hasn't come out, you can turn, oh, came out. You can turn over and have a look what you missed. But it's popped out now. So then I'll just do the rest with some scissors. So like I say, it's really important that this triangle stays in. So if you're cutting your own out, then you might have to put a little piece on the back to make it extend when you tilt it. I'll explain that when we pop it into the card in a moment, because it's the next stage. So just go around the outside. And if you've got an excess card, just snip it off because it gets in the way. You can see that I went a bit heavy on the old knife into the mat there, but that's all right. Then we're just going to follow the handle around. You can see now that that's quite flimsy, and it would, especially this type of card, it would definitely crease and you know, become very difficult to work with if you were trying to cut the inside out now. So keep that strength, work on the insides always. So we're just going to go around the froth, and it doesn't matter if you go off because it's froth, because that's a rhyme. No, the truth is the froth has just got a little bit of grey highlight. Didn't go mad with it. I didn't want to have a black outline on this because obviously it's meant to be glass, so we didn't want to have some harsh lines left in. And there you go, simple as that. So those two are in. They're done. So the next stage, and it's quite easy because I've coloured mine. Going to the wrong section. Here it is. So because I've coloured these little triangles and I haven't coloured where they're going to go. So now we need to open that up. So we need to, what we need to do now is fold that down and open it up, and it might come away, which that one did, but just wherever it wants to lie, let it. Make sure it's going flat. So it will open flat and it will close. As long as it does that, and you can see it's pulled away a bit there. But with that, you could put like something else on top, another little sticker or something there if you've got that kind of thing going on. So these two little white triangles are where the beer glasses go. So you're just going to add glue. I'll do one at a time. And it doesn't matter which one overlaps the other either. So put up a little bit so you don't get any glue on the back, and give it a little bit of a smear. Be careful. And then I like to just put a little bit of smear on that point to make sure it's going to take. So then you'll see that as you put the triangle in as it should go, like that, the glass is really tilted over halfway. See, that's the halfway point, and it comes over on purpose. So just lay that down. Give it a little push, and the same with this side. Do the same thing. Oh, on the triangle, Sarah, not on the glass, because you don't know where the back is. And if I get glue too far in, when I lay it down there, it's going to stick to the back of the card, and nothing's opening, is it? Nothing at all. No good. So again, line up your triangle to get those beers clashing together. You can see they overlap quite a bit. That's good, because when the card's fully open, you know they're going to open up. So if you're happy that there's no glue behind them, you can lift it up to make sure. Just let that dry. So I'm going to pop my heavy sellotape on the top and then cut something else out. So we'll go for this section now. So this is why it's good to do it methodically, because you're allowing drying time. Those scissors are going to be too small, take too long. Let's get some giant ones in. Just go like, if you want to use a craft knife, by all means use a craft knife, whatever you prefer. And you can put it on a cutter, guillotine, but you have to be accurate. Mind you saying that with an accurate on that card. So just going to go along the bottom. I will take that a little bit off because it'll annoy me if I don't. There we go. Go back to smaller ones now I've done all the edge. And just pop that around there. Follow the curve. Oh, tiny little cards. But I'm not snipping. Don't snip. Can you see what it does to the card? If you snip and stop, it puts like little dents in all the way along. So now I've stopped. But when you get to bits like this point here, don't be tempted to go in and snip. Take the scissors right the way in and then turn the card on the scissors and cut at the same time. And go along like that, and then you won't get those horrible little denty bits. So there you go, that's your, just going to smooth it out, that's that bit. And while we're here waiting for that glue to dry, do you think it's dry? Oh, Sarah, leave it. So now we're going to cut out the one that you're choosing, whether you're having the Happy Beer Day to you, or if you're going to put your own sentiment in there, if it's for a relative or whatever, use your stamps. Or if you're making your own. So this is, I should tell you the measurements of this, because the card is 7 by 5. Knowing me, I've probably done a 1/4 inch smaller than that. So it's probably 6 3/4 by 4 3/4. So we'll have a look. When I've cut it out, we'll measure it. so you know. I like to have that little bit of border, and obviously you could mat and lay, you could put some silver mirror or gold mirror behind it. I think gold would look nice with the beer, but that's up to you. Just trying to keep the weight down for posting. So expensive postage, isn't it? These cards are just getting hand them out cards, aren't they? So let's move some rubbish out of the way. So it didn't take long at all, did it really? I mean, everything's cut out and done. So now we'll pop this one inside of here. Let's make sure our beer's going in, which it is. So beer goes in, beer cheerses. Excellent. So now it's this. Now this sits on here. So don't be tempted to push it under there. Put it on here. So we're going to put glue onto that and then make sure it's at the bottom but not over there, because what will happen is these sides will struggle to open. So again, we're going to pop glue onto the white area that's left, so you can clearly see the shape if you've made your own mechanism, the sort of shape that you've got to do. Smear it down, baby tool, wipe finger, and then you can line it up, and you can sort of like do that to get it so you think, yeah, that's, I'll do this by eye, but if you want to measure, you can measure, depends on what you're using. And then pop that in, and don't move it once you've put it on the glue, because you'll end up with glue over here on the card, and this will stick to the back of the card and nothing's going to work. So you can see as it goes in, that comes up again like so. So should have done that, then cut this out. So the way that the top goes on, you have to be aware that that is the top, where everything's happening is the top. So fold it down and then add some glue onto the back of your piece. Oh, I was going to measure it quick before the glue goes. This glue dries real quick. So I bet it's, yeah, 6 3/4 by 4 3/4. I thought so. So that's your matting and layering. That's the size you want it to be. So it's a 7x5 card because the envelopes are readily available, and if you've made it a different size, then I've got a tutorial on to make envelopes for any size cards. So just checking and double checking. Wet glue's beauty. The beauty of wet glue is you can do this. You can line it up and shift it around for a little bit until it's exactly where you want it. So there we go. That was so quick and easy, wasn't it? I mean, I know I did the printing, so, but once you've printed it out, it's going to be a nice, quick card. And I just gave this one to my son for his birthday, and he loved it. He's amazed. So there you go, guys. Cheers to you, and thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up and a like and a subscribe. Bye-bye now.